Hey there guys, alright, welcome back to another awesome video. And today's TV show review is going to be of What If Season 2. So What If Season 2, pretty much it's the same. It's going to be very formulaic. And you know what, I think this formula works fine because this is the multiverse and there's infinite Earths out there and countless of universes out there and these outcomes and different outcomes of what if this happened in this Earth, what if this happened in this Earth, and so on and so forth. This time around, I feel like Season 2, I will say, feels like it improved because it decided to kind of go halvesies, where half of the episodes feel very much MCU switcheroos and the other half is ideas they just kind of said, hey, let's just throw that out there, run wild with it, and run with it. So this season is directed by Brian Andrews, and I'm going to assume that he's done both seasons, but whether he's done just season 2 or if he's done both season 1 and season 2, I will say you did make an improvement. I will say that overall, I think overall, season 2 is a lot better. There is one thing I will say that I think season 1 did a little better, but we'll get to that later. But overall, as a series and as a season and as all like 8 or 9 episodes, I forgot how many, but as for all 8 or 9 episodes in this season, I think we're a lot better in terms of structured. There wasn't really an episode that made me go, I didn't like this one, or this one was very 50-50 for me. Like, I feel like a lot of them, or majority of them, I enjoyed quite a bit. I will say that a few of my favorites are definitely the one with Iron Man and Sakaar. This one might just be my all-time favorite out of the season. I think that's just a lot of fun. I think that was just brilliant. I love the idea of Tony Stark and Grandmaster and their just eccentricness and their egos basically butting and clashing with one another. And I want to give brownie points for having Jeff Goldblum be Grandmaster again. And I love Mick Winger or Wingett. I forgot how he pronounces his last name, but he is the same guy that did Tony Stark / Iron Man in What If Season 1. He was also Iron Man in Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and he just sounds like Robert Downey Jr., and I love it. I love that about him. And he even has voiced Poe in the Legends of Awesomeness. You guys remember that show? Because I do. But anyways, he sounds like Jack Black and he sounds like Robert Downey Jr. and I think that's perfect. But I love those two voices, and I think a lot of fun with this really cool race sequence. And it sneaks in a very sharp message about like other people don't defy who you are, only you defy who you are. Because you have Thanos, who is the most powerful being in the universe, and Thanos is not going to defy who Gamora is. Gamora is going to defy who she is as an individual person. I thought that was really great. I'm trying to think. I don't have a specific order for these now. I'm going to say the one with Nebula when she was a part of the Nova Corps. It just gives me Blade Runner vibes, kind of like this very simplistic but complex theme going on with it, and it very much reminiscent of, again, Blade Runner, which I really liked a lot. The episode with Hela fighting off Wenwu, I just love the introduction of the goddess of light, and that Hela in this universe basically got herself a redeeming quality to her, some sort of redemption, that hey, Odin's the problem, not me, kind of thing, going back to the whole MCU fathers are kind of the problem, and we're basically trying to recuperate and recover from our parents' action. I dug the Captain Carter Winter Soldier episode. That was definitely the most, I think, emotional and probably the darkest one out of the bunch from what I remember. And I will say, now that I remember, I did like the 1980s Avengers team that we got. I know there's also the Renaissance episode, and there's the one that introduces Kahori, which I love that this character is an original character that was created from the MCU. Like, this is not based off a character in the comics or a TV show or a video game or a movie. This is her debut as a character, and I hope we do see a lot more of her in the future. I think she is very unique. There's one with Happy Hogan saving Christmas, Die Hard style, which I think that is just fantastic. That might be the most silliest one and dumbest one of all, because I think some people might not like that episode. I just kind of just gave it a pass and said, this is kind of silly, but kind of fun. I liked it. Also, I want to give a shout out to Benedict Cumberbatch whenever he came in and appeared as Supreme Strange. I always dig Benedict Cumberbatch, and I don't mind this variant of Doctor Strange. The only thing I will say is, speaking of Strange Supreme, is I'm not crazy about season two's finale, because basically, to put it in a nutshell, to kind of make this somewhat quick and easy and somewhat fast a little bit, is, in a nutshell, Strange Supreme is revealed to be the villain of the season. He's after Kahori because she's like in a time anomaly, a multiversal anomaly. He's trying to rid of all these anomalies within the multiverse. Captain Carter is basically telling him, no, you can't do that. He sees Captain Carter as a threat. Captain Carter and Kahori are the only two people that are fighting off Strange Supreme, who has been proven to be one of the most powerful beings in the multiverse from what we've seen in season 1, and he's even proven that. So you have this all-powerful sorcerer, and you have Captain Carter and Kahori just, all of a sudden, they go from just being themselves to all of a sudden just the most OP characters without any justification or any ramification or any collateral damage to them whatsoever. And what I mean by that is, you have Kahori, who all of a sudden is just out of the blue, like within like 2 seconds or 3 seconds, she's wielding Mjolnir and knowing how to wield Thor's hammer like it's nothing. When it took Captain America in the MCU years to be worthy of Mjolnir. And Captain Carter all of a sudden is wearing the Infinity Stones from the Killmonger armor, and no damage or injuries were in the making of Captain Carter wearing this suit, whereas Tony Stark died because of the Infinity Stones killed him, and even Thanos admitted that the Infinity Stones were slowly killing him. It's just the fact of that these two women were given these powers, and I get it, you needed OP-ness to defeat off and thwart off even more OP-ness, but it's just the fact of there was no effect, there was no cause, and they didn't get anything out of it. They just were like, they just thrown weapon after weapon and tool after tool. Like they just served their purpose and didn't really add anything. It was not like Kahori went, holy shit, I can now wield Mjolnir, and Captain Carter's like, yep, I wore the Infinity Stones and I didn't get a single scratch on me. And I'm just like, wow, okay, all right. I mean, I get it, but okay. But I'm gonna give season 2 overall, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I really think the season 1 finale is a lot better because I do like the Guardians of the Multiverse, and I feel like they were better as a team. Here, just the two heroes, I get it, but at the same time, really. Season 2 of What If. Have you guys seen it? What did you think of it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please smash the like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I do awesome videos every day, if not every week. Make sure you ring that bell. I do new videos every day, every week. Share the video with your friends, all that good stuff, and leave some suggestions down in the comments. You name it, I'll look to it as best as possible. This is probably going to be uploaded first, and then I'm going to try and see if I can do Multiverse of Madness, because I put out a poll a few days ago, saying which of these would you want to see more of, and it said Echo season 1, Loki season 2, this, Spider-Man, and Multiverse of Madness. You guys picked this first, so we're gonna try and go in order, and if we don't get to all these, we'll get to some of these very soon. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.